New Year's resolutions. A lot of us has tried to make it, and a lot of us has also forgot it and abandoned it completely right after we made it. So, what is it about New Year's resolutions that does not work? Hi, my name is Icha, and I have a lot of things going on in my head, and I really want to share it with you guys. Wait, isn't this a music channel? Isn't this a sing cover channel? Yes, it is, and I will still be doing singing covers and music videos on this channel, but I want to expand this channel a little bit and start sharing videos of me talking and discussing about things. It is something that I've wanted to do for quite a long time. Maybe I will talk about it another time. But for today, we are 2 weeks into 2025, and I will be talking about New Year's resolutions. Most of us are familiar with New Year's resolution. Some of you guys might have made making New Year's resolutions your tradition, like your personal tradition that you do every year. Some might just started trying to make it this year, and some might choose not to do it at all. I personally was introduced to New Year's resolutions, this concept, as early as elementary school. I don't remember at what grade exactly, but I do remember my teacher handed us like a piece of paper and asked us to write our goals, things that we want to achieve for the New Year's. And right after I wrote that thing, I forgot completely about it. Since then, the same thing happened again and again. I kept writing New Year's resolution, had everything planned, like I was so excited when I was writing it, only for me to forget about it completely. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys do that as well. Like you were so excited when you were writing your goals, excited of achieving new things or building a new habits, only for you guys to not do it at all. And at the end of the year, you look back at those things that you wrote and realized that we can only check off very few items or sometimes even none at all of those things that we wrote earlier that year. So, does New Year's resolution actually help us? I personally think that making New Year's resolution can actually help us to achieve our goals. Starting a new year with a set of new goals and writing them down can actually help motivate us and set a fresh start for us. The problem is not in the New Year's resolution itself, but in our way of seeing it. I will set myself as an example. There are times when I wrote down big goals, dreams, and everything I want to achieve that year. I remember I was so passionate about it. I was so determined to finally see those things come true by the end of the year. But then, after a few weeks or months into the year, I looked back to my New Year's resolutions list and saw that there is a huge gap between my life right now and those things that I wrote, those things that I want to achieve. And when I realized that, there is a big pressure on my shoulder. It's like I came to a realization, oh crap, I actually have to do a lot of things to achieve this. And those things not only a lot, but requires great effort. Then I ended up pushing it back until there were only a few months left of that year. And I didn't have any more time to actually start and try to work on my goals that I wrote earlier that year. So at that point, I deemed my resolutions as something that I cannot achieve and abandoned it completely. I got intimidated by my own resolutions. So for this year, in order for me to actually utilize New Year's resolutions as something that can help me achieve my dreams and my goals, I set up a theme, which is starting small. I no longer want to be scared of starting. So I think by starting small, it can actually help me to no longer be intimidated by my goals and actually do something instead of doing nothing. I want to stop being a spectator of my own life. So I want to break down starting small into 2 points to help maybe some of you guys that experience the same thing. So the first point is start. Stop overthinking. I personally get even more scared of starting something because I think about it a lot. I think too much. It's like, what if it turns out to be bad? What if people don't like it? What if it doesn't work? What if I look cringe doing it? Oh, I shouldn't upload this video because the trend is over, or the lighting is so bad, or I got a pimple, or my hair's messy, blah blah blah. Basically, I think too much. Just like with this video, I was actually contemplating whether I should upload it or not, whether I should even record it at all, because already a week, 2 weeks past New Year's, and I was worried if no one will watch it. Will it come up on people's recommendation? Will I sound cringe? Because this is my first time actually speaking about this type of topic on this channel. But then I think to myself, my job is just to do it, and the result will follow. If I don't do it, then there will be no results. So here I am with my very first video for this year, and this video is actually my small start. The second point is small. So start and then small. When we make our resolutions, we often focus on the big things, like let's say getting 100k subscribers, or speaking a new language, or getting into our dream university, saving up a certain amount of money, blah blah blah. Those are the things we write on maybe our list, or some of you guys might putting them up on like a vision board, just like that's what I do. When you have big goals and dreams, it's really easy to feel discouraged when you only focus on the big things, because you tend to compare that life that you want to where you are right now. Of course, there will be a huge gap in the middle of that. If you put a number of it, for example, let's say you look at where you are right now as like a 0, and your dream life or your goals, it can look like 100 or maybe an 80 or a 50, really according to what you write on your list, on your resolutions. And all you can see, if you put it like that, all you can see is there's a gap between those numbers. Let's say 0 and 100, there's a huge gap between those two numbers, and that's all you can see. Of course, you will feel intimidated by it. We often forgot that between that 0 and 100, we have 365 days to make all of those things happen. We have 365 days to do things that can add up to our goals actually come true. I have the big goals, I have the big dreams. I wrote them on my list still, and I put it up on a vision board, and I can actually see that right now in front of me. But that's not my main focus for this year. My focus this year is the small things that I can do every single day. I want to focus on building the healthy, small habits that can eventually help me to achieve my big goals. But what if, by doing all of those small things, we still can't reach our big goals at the end of the year? Or what if those small things are not enough? Then it's okay. Because I know that even if I can't reach all of my big goals by the end of the year, I have done myself a favor for building habits, healthy, positive habits that can actually positively impact my life. And if it's not this year, maybe it can be next year, because those good habits that I have built all year long will not go to waste and can actually help me to start at a higher point or at a further point next year to turn all of those dreams to reality. So next time you look at your vision board, your list, I don't know, anywhere you put your resolutions on, remember not to focus on jumping immediately to achieve those big goals, but slowly climbing by starting small.